There may be a huge billboard at the asylum down runabout that says vote John Mahama and Zanetor Agyemang-Rawlings, if there isn't one already. Why should that happen?
Because we understand what the legacy of President Mahama and the NDC was, prior to 2016. A lot of the infrastructure that's been used to support the free SHS was inherited from the NDC government under President Mahama. A lot of the hospitals and the health centers, including the University of Ghana Medical Center, was a legacy of the NDC under President Mahama. So there's no question about what he's capable of doing, with the NDC government in power. And I believe that given some of the things that we've observed in recent times, people are also looking for someone who has proven what they can do.
Then proving the things you mentioned are purely tangibles. The MPP argues about being better managers of the economy, and that's where your party was found wanting. The corruption tag on your party and government is still fresh in the minds of people. You think, that notwithstanding, Ghanaians who voted you out by 1 million votes should all of a sudden decide, okay, it's fine, come back after 4 years?
This is a democracy, and I think we've seen what's happened in terms of the scandals that have happened in the last 3.5 years as well. Let's not behave as though we have not witnessed publicly a lot of revelations that have happened with regards to what's going on in the public space. And I think one of the unfortunate things that we observed recently was the Auditor General, being asked to proceed on leave, compulsorily. I think it probably sends a really bad signal in terms of people looking at him to say the government's preparedness to deal with corruption was questioned when he was asked to go on leave.
So that is on the national level why you think the NDC and John Mahama should be elected. And you also definitely will be on. There may be a photo. Either yours is smaller or the Mahama will be smaller. I don't know how you guys do that, but there will also be a photo of Zanetor Agyemang-Rawlings on the billboard.
Yeah.
The people of Klottey will look at that as they drive past. Why should they put a thumb on your photo?
I have, in the last 3.5 years, reached out to various sectors of the community, and I have done so across party lines. I have supported the market women, in both sectors, the Osu and Adabraka sector, as I mentioned earlier on, with regards to the Odona market and the pedestrian market as well. When they had a huge fire there, we made a donation there as well. But the Osu night market, which is very well known across perhaps even across the world with regards to what it represents, they had ovens there that filled up the place with smoke. We had people who were having health problems with that, and I used part of my fund to retrofit the ovens over there into cleaner cooking stoves, which meant that the concept of creating a better carbon footprint from the market became a tangible idea. The women are spending less on fuel. They don't have smoke filling up the market like it used to. And it's just created that sense of ownership that says that we can protect the environment and still make money. Whether it's been the supporting of the children in schools, we've had issues with the infrastructure in schools, not enough tables and so on, donation of thousands and thousands of desks, registration for Ghana, the NHIS cards for, a lot of people who couldn't afford it, thousands actually.
But if you've done all of this, why should they vote for you again? You've pretty much solved all the problems.
No.
What else is there to do? So if you come back, that's if you come back.
That's not all. That's not all that needs to be done.
So in 2021, if you get to represent the people again, what will be the key priority areas? What will be the key things you want?
The youth. A lot has been done in terms of skills training and so on, but it's not enough. We need to create more opportunities, and I do believe that under the NDC government, we can actually do a lot more to support young people in the constituency.
This government says it has done better for the youth and that they've introduced so many interventions. NAPCO, for instance, employed 100,000 people. Your party didn't do it when you were there. What is the guarantee that you do it if you're given another chance?
The guarantee?
Yeah.
If you look at the things that the NDC has done over the years, in different forms. We have created employment, we have done the skills training, but we definitely have other things that we can do. As we speak now, we don't even have enough people who are Ghanaian who are trained to perhaps work as welders and other things in the petroleum industry. We need a lot more of that. It's not enough to have a blanket approach to the nation builders, call, for example, where maybe somebody would prefer to do one thing, but because there's a stipend that comes in, so it's easier to just say, I'll be part of this. I think we also need to understand that as much as the youth require employment, they also have a vision of what they would like to do as individuals, and we need to guide people and provide opportunities in the wider space where it's not a case of just a government-driven agenda, but we must open up the space where the corporate and private sector are working with government as well. For example, this issue of the retrofitting of the markets I talked about, it followed the concept of the triple helix, which talks about a collaboration between government, that I was representing government as the legislature, between industry, which was the company from the UST that actually came up with the technology, and the market, or the industry which is the traders, and if you can have that fit in where you have these three working closely together, then you have that sustainable development where it doesn't become a case of you are trying to make use of money that could be used to create opportunities to pay a group of people because it fits into a particular tick box. It's not to diminish what is being achieved in terms of employing young people, but we need to go beyond that and see what do individual young people also want, and to guide them along that path.
You say all these things, but whenever it rains, the Odo drain doesn't help matters. It's a stagnant, water that we call a drain. What have you done, and what are you going to do about it?
Since 2015, it's something that I've been going on and on about, and under the NDC, a major dredging was done of the Odo, which actually gave us temporary relief. And then in 2017, of course, with the change in government and everything, that did not happen for a while. We had pretty bad flooding in subsequent years, and this year was on a different level because it didn't even rain in the constituency. And the problem is we have bottlenecks in the Odo that need to be cleared. The yam market needs to be done, the dredging needs to be done all the way down through to the Korley, which so far has not been done, and that's part of the issue. The Minister for Works and Housing did say on the floor of Parliament and in a town hall meeting that I held last year that it was going to be addressed. It was supposed to be December last year, but he says it's going to be done in October, both Asylum Down and the Odo. So we're really, as constituents, we're really expecting that to happen, because this kind of thing has to be dealt with so that we don't keep having people's lives being destroyed every time it rains.
Why don't you lead your constituents to go on a demonstration?
Actually, I did make an attempt to see if we could rally residents to do so, but the partisan issue clouded people's willingness to take a position on something that affected the community. So unfortunately, people decided that because it was their government, they didn't want to speak about it. But what I was trying to do was to push for the fact that when it comes to good governance, it's not about partisanship, but it's about the community and ensuring that the needs of the people are seen to in a good time. And then speaking about the needs of people, if you just bear in mind that the YEA was there before NAPCO, actually.
And but the YEA was riddled with corruption. GIDA, we remember what happened. GIDA transmogrified into YEA. So then again, that's another issue. But let's leave it for now.
If you say so.
Dr. Zanetor Agyemang-Rawlings, MP, thank you for coming on Face to Face.
Thank you.